So if you come across this message, a spirit is letting you know that they are always there for you, but they can't complete the journey for you or, do certain tasks that are meant for you so that you can learn. So let me explain. The vision that I got was basically of a parent, but in this scenario, spirit or source is the parent standing behind the child that's learning how to ride the bike. And, the child is sitting on the bike and they're scared. And the parent, or however you want to take it, but, or, spirit is holding and supporting the child on the bike. I'm like, don't worry, I got you. I can help you. Relax. Just breathe and you can do this. And they're walking them. Ding for anyone, I don't know. Maybe you are teaching your child how to ride a bike. Maybe you're learning how to ride a bike. But anyway, so they're like, oh, or spirit saying, I got you. See? But they can give you like the tips that you need on how to stabilize yourself. But ultimately, you're the one that has to learn how to stabilize yourself and how to maneuver and when to brake, how to brake, how to go across a bumpy road and things like that. It's on you. Which I hate to say it, I know it's hard to hear because I know I've been there too, where you're just like, okay, you told me I can ask you for help. I'm asking for help, and now what? I'm not seeing anything, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. I don't know what you want from me. But there are important lessons to be learned, even in that state of unknowing, like not knowing where to go. And you start to learn to depend on your own intuition. And that's really the point, at least, in terms of this vision that they're trying to tell me what message to put across. Okay, so going back to that scene, I just got that visual of the scene again, and what they showed me was, all right, so what they showed me was, it looks like a person, well, I can only see from like the shin down, right? So like the shin, the ankles, and the feet, and they're wearing sandals, and it looks like they're wearing, like that old time garb. It's like made out of linen or cotton, something rough, kind of looks like a burlap sack. But anyway, so someone that looks like that took you off the bike, put you on the side of the road, got on the bike, and the bike is turned into like this really fast motorcycle. And before you even know it, they're gone. You don't see them. You have no idea where they went, and you're just like there, kind of like wiping away the dust. They literally left you in their dust, okay? At least in this vision. And you're like, it is what it is. You're melting. And then I see like a baby that pops up, like swaddled, just there, hanging out. Is that right? Okay. A little weird. But okay, so what I'm interpreting that as is you, because we did say you are that child. So spirit could, so spirit could like absolutely do everything for you. Everything that you need to learn, all the lessons, all the tasks, all the experiences, spirit can take care of it like that. Like you wouldn't even know when they started and when they finished. It's like at the speed of light. But you would be left there at the side, not doing anything, kind of like twiddling your thumbs, like, well, why am I here? And so then you just have to not repeat the process, but it's like you would have to come back and learn those lessons anyway. So you might as well just do it now. Yeah. Okay. But yeah. Anything else with that specific vision? Because that was a little, especially the melting and then turning into a baby part is a little weird. but I got it. I got the message. And I hope it makes sense to you. But okay, so I'm also seeing like a split in the road or fork in the road. And one is a little more straightforward and one is a little more curvy. But the curvy one has like all these golden trinkets and stuff. And the straightforward one does too, but much less. Like this one, every curve, there's something to pick up and put in your pocket. Like I see someone literally just walking around every single curve and just picking up golden things and putting it in their pocket. Yeah, so I think, all right, so even you can't get it wrong. You can't get it wrong because what is meant to happen is going to happen. Okay, I think we put a lot of pressure on ourselves, like you're going to miss your destiny or your fate, and that's not really going to happen because if it's supposed to happen, it's going to happen. You can't get in the way of it. But you do have maybe different choices in life that can either lead you towards a more straightforward path and you learn some lessons and put that in your pocket, and then you end up at the end point a little quicker. But with the curvy path, even though it is longer and it feels more bumpy and like more arduous, you're still picking up all those, golden trinkets, which are really lessons that valuable. There you go. That's why they're golden. They're valuable lessons that you will be able to take with you on your journey, and you just become a more enriched soul because of it. Okay, but ultimately, where you need to be, you're gonna get there. So take at least, like, rest assured in that. I want to say take comfort in knowing that you can take that pressure off because you'll get there. Wherever you need to go, you will get there. You might see later on in hindsight, like, oh, if I did it this way, I would have gotten there maybe 10 years earlier. But would you have learned the same lessons? Would you really be the person that you are today without some of those, tougher experiences? And of course, I don't want to diminish or like diminutize. It's a word, right? That is a word. I'm sure it is. Diminutize the, the difficult experiences. Because everyone does have a different journey and a different path. And some people, it does feel like they might have it a little bit easier, but they may also not be the ones that are going through, this kind of awakening, because I think now a lot of people are. I mean, you can just see it. There's so many people who are getting messages, whether it's visions, or there's so many people that are really adept at reading tarot cards and oracle cards. And maybe they were before, but it's just because of social media, we're exposed to it more. But it just, and it also feels like it's more accepted. Not by everyone. You are still considered, God, I know in my own family, I'm still, you're considered a little nutty or delulu, as they say now. But it is what it is. Not everyone's at that same path or on that same journey at this time. Could you imagine? I mean, the world is already crazy enough. Could you imagine if all of us went through, that dark night of the soul, as they say? We did another phrase for that. I feel like it's so depressing hearing that. It's a difficult experience, but it really is it's a really important learning period for us. I don't know, maybe I'll think about it. But yeah, through that experience, if all of us were going through it at the same time, the world would stop functioning. Like, I know how I felt when I was going through it. I could not. I mean, it just felt like I had zero energy. And you really do. Once you reconnect to your guides and to source, like you feel that connection again, you realize how disconnected you felt and how just like lost. And you're going through the motions and the physical, but emotionally and like spiritually, like the motivation isn't there. You don't even know whether or not you can trust your intuition because you're not getting many hints or clues. It feels like it, right? I mean, it's a rough experience, but you come out, you really do come out stronger. And again, like I said, that connection, I'll speak for myself. My connection to my guides and to source is like, and it's always growing because I'm always working on it. Oh, I know. I love you guys too. I got a little ding. My connection is just really strong. And you have that too. You have it too. Work on it. I keep saying this in my videos because I really do feel like, and I'm not special in that way. Like, I'm not the only one that has this connection. Come on. You have it. Find that way to connect. And I'm telling you, it feels like, it really does when I'm meditating and getting into that space where I get my channels or whatever, and or I just start my day, and then throughout my day I get the channels. But it feels like the best warm hug. I'm not kidding you. That's the way I can describe it. It's like you are enveloped completely. I mean, like this shawl that I have, it just wraps around you, and it's such a warm and comforting, like a almost like a sense of, yeah, it's like sensing that I got you. That phrase, you just feel it though. So do it. Find time. I know it's hard. It is hard, especially when you're starting out. So I'm going to tell you a quick story because I don't know if I'm still going to have a problem uploading by 15 minutes. Maybe I'll try it out. Then I'd have to edit, and I don't want to edit. Yeah, I don't know. I'll see. Depends on how I feel. Do I feel like rebelling? I don't know. Okay, so when I started, so I did meditate early on, like when I was in high school, but that's because I was inspired by my grandfather. My mother's side is more spiritual and religious. It depends. Like they're varying levels, right? So this isn't something that's totally foreign to me. Um, but of course, you go to college, you get wrapped up in life, and I just stopped. I stopped meditating. I stopped all that, and then things started to happen where like I said, you feel disconnected. You don't even want to. But I started again when I really needed just like quiet moments in the day. And that was when my father got sick, when he was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, stage 4 oropharyngeal cancer. And it was a crazy time. It really was. If anyone is going through that, I am sending you so much love because I know how overwhelming, how sometimes just ineffective you feel at anything. You forget schedules, or you forget appointments that were scheduled, or you're kind of falling behind on work because you're so overwhelmed, and it feels like papers are just flying at you, things are flying at you. And you can't even, I just got a vision of someone like treading water, and there's stuff in the water too. Like, there's a fridge floating by here, and there's pieces of like a dresser that's been broken down on this side. Like, you're dodging all these things, and at the same time, you're just trying to be able to breathe. I know exactly what it feels like because I was there. That's what it felt like. And of course, people want to be helpful. I don't want to get too detailed here. We didn't really have as much help as we would have liked. Even when we asked, it was kind of like, oh no, sorry. Even though we as in, my mother and I made major sacrifices for some people and whatever. But anyway, life lesson learned, right? But that was when I just needed a couple of minutes. And so that's how I started meditating again, because I would get up. I mean, as is, I was barely getting 2 hours of like sleep, like restful sleep. It didn't feel like it at all. I was getting up and I felt like I had, those weighted backpacks on me all the time. But I don't want to go too long on this, but yeah, it was a difficult time. And that's when I started meditating again. But the way I meditated was I would get up around, depends on the day, but like 4:30 or 5, and just sit there, make a cup of coffee. It was literally dark. Even the house was dark. I would leave the kitchen light on, but even that sensory stimulation of having the lights on in the living room, it was too much. Like I just needed, my eyes needed rest. I needed rest. So I would just sit there in complete silence. And at around 4:30, 5 o'clock, yeah, people are starting to get up and go about their day, but people aren't turning their cars on just yet. It's not like 6:37 when people are going out to work, right? So it is quiet. You could hear a pin drop outside. That was when I got back into kind of meditating a bit. That was my meditation, just sitting there, either a cup of coffee or tea, whatever I felt like that day, even warm milk some days. Just sit there and just sit in the dark, in the quiet, and breathe. That was it. And that would last, like 15, 20 minutes? Because then I had to get up and go through my day, go take a shower, whatever, to prepare to go out to work. So it was, I get it. I get that it can be rough to find time, but you'll do it slowly. Eventually now I've gotten to the point where I do meditate for a bit, for like a half hour. I don't go more than that. I just can't. Plus, because I start getting, the visions, the downloads, and I get distracted by them. So it's not, I don't know if it's still meditation, if it's still considered. I mean, I love being in that state though. I'm not gonna lie. It's the best. If I could sit in that all day, I would. But my life would also fall apart around me, so can't do that. But anyway, all of that just to say, I understand how difficult it can be to make time, but just try. Start with just 5 or 10 minutes of just quiet and breathing. It sounds silly, but sometimes that is literally all you can do. Okay, and eventually you'll be able to work your way up. And also, it is also important. Find a guided meditation or a meditation that also has like a protective prayer in it, because that's important. I don't want to get too into detail, and I don't want to scare anyone, but like just do a protective prayer. Like I know I started off by listening to some of Steve Noble's meditations, his protective meditations. That's on YouTube. You can look him up. Steve, Nobel, I think. Look it up. You'll find it. So yeah, because that really is. That's also important. Yeah, because you want to make sure you're connecting with the light, with forces that are for the highest good. I know I said that, and now people are going to be like, oh, okay, you sound cuckoo, but it's true. All right. So that is it for today. I'm not getting anything else. Do I want to take a card? Do you want a card? We're already at 18 minutes. All right, hold on. Let me pause and decide, and then I'll come back with a card or not. Okay, so I did decide, and I'm going to take 2 cards from these 2 decks. So this one is the Children's Spirit Animal cards. I know it's not one that you see commonly, but like I said, I just love the pictures. And then this is the affirmators. So what I'll do is I will do what do I want to say? Like speed up this recording of when I'm shuffling and then come back at regular speed, okay? Realize if I do that sped up, you won't see it. So at the bottom of the deck of this one, we have the coyote with learn from your mistakes. Let's see, everything is a learning experience, right? And this one says ideal partnership. I am rare and a precious find. I think this came up recently in a different reading. I feel like I could be wrong. And my brilliance will be reflected back to me when I'm paired with a true match. My ideal partnerships and working relationships are easy and free-flowing. I deserve greatness because I am greatness. And to paraphrase Rumi, what I'm looking for is also looking for me. What's meant for you is always going to find you, okay? In fact, he or she might be paraphrasing Rumi right now. Okay, so that is, there we go, that one. And the cards that fell out. So I just think this is so beautiful. Cheer up. It's the hummingbird. Isn't that gorgeous? You can look up the significance of or the, the spiritual meaning of the hummingbird and apply it to your life as you see fit. But cheer up. I feel like don't get down. I know during the process it's easy to feel like you're down and out, but you're not. You're always learning. You're always picking up those little treasures as you go along, those life lessons that make you a more enriched soul, right? Okay, and let's see what came out. I love this. One of them is magic. I believe in magic. I see evidence of it all the time. If you're open to it, you will see it. And though the tricks can probably be explained away by something sensible and ordinary, I'd rather not ruin the fun. Other people can fill their days with mere coincidence. I'll fill mine with holy crap, that's unbelievable. You will start to see that more. You will see just miracle after miracle. And, fun. Spirit finds fun ways to communicate you. They really do. And you're going to smile because they want you to feel that. They don't enjoy seeing you suffer. They know that this is like a school. So, you need to learn certain things to grow. But they don't get a kick out of it. They're not saying, look at her, look at how she's struggling. No, they don't want that for you. They know you need it to grow because they see the end. They see where it is you're going to be after you go through this. And they know how important the struggle, I guess you can say, or the lessons are for you to become the person that ultimately you're supposed to be. Okay? So that is the first one. Oh, I love this one too. Look at the peacock beauty. I'm beautiful even when I don't think it. I'm beautiful even when I don't see it. I'm beautiful no matter how many people don't say it. I'm beautiful and I don't even care if you know it. I'm beautiful, which is why I don't have to try so hard all the time to show it. So that someone might need to hear that. Oh, not 3. You got 4. Oh, okay. Wow, okay. Worthiness. All right, so, we're talking about feeling like you're lost and not knowing what's going on, but don't lose sight of who you are, because all these cards are saying that. So worthiness, I'm worthy of the ultimate happiness. I deserve and accept it, and damn it, I'm not going to feel guilty about it when I get it. Guilt is not invited to my happiness party. I won't even tell him where it is. If he asks about it, I'll be like, no, I think you're thinking of something else, and then I'll run away very quickly. Or take off on that bike turned super fast motorbike with spirit, right? And okay, this is the last one, right? Yeah. Okay, so follow your heart. Look at that. Your intuition. It is, your guides are always speaking to you. Your higher self is always speaking to you. Your intuition is, you'll know which way to go, okay? You just have to slow down and listen, and be open. So this says, I'm always rewarded when I follow my heart. I trust the GPS in my heart knows all the best routes. And when it seems like it's taking too long to get where I want, I know that's because there's something cool, or there's some cool, weird stuff to see along the way. Didn't we say that? I know that, wait, what was it? Where is that line? And when it seems like it's taking too long to get to where I want, that curvy road, right? There's something cool. I keep reading this incorrectly because there's some cool, weird stuff to see along the way. Or you have those little golden treasures that you need to pick up along the way to make yourself or to become a more enriched soul, right? Oh, that was beautiful. So don't feel, I can't say don't because I know, but you got to feel what you got to feel. You work through it, but don't sit in it. Don't sit in it too long, okay? Don't, woe is me. It's not helpful to your path, to your journey. It's not helpful to you in the present moment. Yeah, and please do it. Figure out a way to connect. Like figure out a way to create the time to connect to source, to your higher self, to your guides, your angels, every being of light that is surrounding you, because they're there. They are there. Okay. Yeah, so that is it. If this resonated with you, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear it, if you feel inclined. If not, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video.